The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Good morning and welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
Good morning. How are you?
No,
I got you. How are you?
No.
I'm doing well.
I'm fine.
I'm well.
I'm
My
very
son
good.
corrects me all the time. He says, Dad, he says, Superman does good. He says, you're doing well. I was like, okay.
We have with us Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, Director of Farm Arts Collective, and Jess Beveridge, Greenhouse Manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm and Company Manager of Farm Arts Collective. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being back with us.
Thanks for having us back. It's great to be here.
We're thrilled you are here for a second show. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for over 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and get a live view and see what's going on at Dunmore Corners.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com. We're also, all our popular podcast apps that we feature the radio show on are listed. And check us out on social media. Before we start our discussion with Tanis and Jess, how about you review a listing, please?
If you've been thinking of building your dream home, we might just have the property for you. That's funny. We're going to be talking about farming here. We have 4.4 acres of land. It's a total of three lots. It's located on State Route 107 in German for $89,000. This property has over 1,000 feet of road frontage, and it's almost 400 feet deep. The property is mostly wooded, and it's got a slight upgrade, but there's a few level spots to build a home. It would need a perk test, but you could build a home with no neighbors. That's exactly where I want to be. I don't want any neighbors. That's 4.4 acres of land on State Route 107 for $89,000, and that's listed by Kim Pizzanti of our office.
And I have Nicole Clark looking for a home. If anyone out there listening today has a house like this or knows somebody that wants to sell a house like this, please let us know. She's looking in Greenfield, Newton Ransom, and Factoryville. She's looking for any style home, 3 or more bedrooms, 2 or more bathrooms, 5 acres, and it's a $400,000 cash buyer. That means there's no financing involved. So give us a call at 570-344-6724. As for Nicole Clark, she has a ready, willing, and able buyer for that type of property. Okay, Tanis Kowalczyk and Jess Beveridge. So last week we talked about all the nifty things that you grow on the farm, plants, flowers, and such. And you also have the Farm Arts Collective that you feature performances. You bring your performance down to Scranton, correct?
Correct.
And you do things at the farm.
Yeah. So just to give the listeners an idea of where we're at, we're in Northeast PA. We're in Wayne County, and we've got Willow Wisp Organic Farm. My husband and I own it. And we're 25, 30 acres in production along the Delaware River. We irrigate from the Delaware River, too. And we are growing organic vegetables and flowers and herbs. We've got 3 large greenhouses with heat possibilities that we've able to propagate our plants in and then have shoulder season growing. So like in late autumn or in very early spring, growing in those greenhouses so we can start selling our vegetables in markets as early as possible. And then we have 13 other greenhouses on our farm, which are 3-season greenhouses. So we've got the possibility for controlling moisture, basically, under these other hoop houses. So that's where we would grow our like heat-loving plants, like our tomatoes and our eggplants, our peppers, our basil. Sorry, that was my Canadianism coming right out there. I gave it away. When I say out and about, you'll also hear that. But yeah, so we have like a pretty active farm, and on the farm we have Farm Arts Collective. And Farm Arts Collective is a not-for-profit organization that is bringing together educational experiences that kind of bring together farming, art, food, and ecology all together with performances and workshops on farming, workshops on art. And we're really trying to like engage and enliven our rural culture, and we're trying to like be an agricultural center. That's what we say. We're an agricultural center instead of just like an art center or a cultural center. It's agriculture because we're bringing together like culture and farming together in one place. So that's what we're doing, and we're really excited because one of the plays we made last year, which is called The More Things Change, we're going to be bringing it to Scranton, to Naog Park in June 2nd. And maybe I'll let Jess, do you want to talk about what the play is about?
Yeah, sure. So The More Things Change was play number 4 of our Dream on the Farm decalogue of climate change plays that we have dedicated to doing from 2020 to 2030. So it was play number 4, which premiered last year at Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm. And what the premise of this play is a family that has run this farm for many, many years is approached by a company called Ecoland, where they are developers and they want to come and they want to buy the farm and put a eco-styled theme park on the farm. And so what the family is presented with is a contract for a lot of money. And the drama is, will the family sell the farm, or are they going to continue to farm and to continue to be on the land and continue that tradition? But also what comes into play is climate change, right? It's hard to farm, and it's not as profitable for this family as it has been in the past. And there's a lot more struggles, and the kids are getting older and they want to do different things. So it's a very relatable theme, and we saw that this past summer with people really saying, "Oh my gosh, I know that person," or I've had to make that decision before. So it kind of really hit home for a lot of people. So yeah, we're bringing that performance to Naog Park, the Greenhouse Project, in June, which we're really excited about.
Nice. So I was thinking, Tanis, that this is obviously the drama does not involve Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm as the subject, because you're a thriving farm. But as Jess was speaking, I have to say that farm work is back-breaking hard work. And if you're not passing it on to generations, right? So big decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So, yes, the play that we made was not about Farm Arts about Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm. So many people after the play, because we always have a dinner after our plays. Like we cook the food from the farm and we serve it after the show is done so people can talk about the play. And they were like, "Are you guys selling your farm?" And we're like, "No, we're not selling our farm. We're just presenting this idea that it's getting harder to farm." I mean, the weather is changing. Like, it really is. You know, it's like, it's so much wetter than it used to be. We're right on the river. We've seen the river getting higher and higher, you know, year in, year out. We've seen the creek definitely flood on our farm. The smoke last year was really intense from the forest fires. Mm-hmm. So we had like these weird incidents where you're like, what is going on? Like, the sun wasn't shining through the smoke. It was hard to work outside, actually. We had to wear masks working outdoors. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening right now that we're observing. The seasons are changing. There's this thing called a growing zone. every zone in the United States has a number associated with when the first frost is and when the last frost, last and first frosts are, and that has shifted. We used to be 4 and now we're 5. Things are changing. So we just wanted to bring that up because we're talking about environmentalism and different stories about climate change in this series called Dream on the Farm. So we were like, let's look at just like a farm family on a farm. And of course, the audience got to walk around the farm and see the scenes and like what happens when they're asked to sell, and that happens to a lot of families in our area. So I'm not going to give away the ending. No.
Okay.
Because I want people in Scranton area to come and see it. So I don't want to give away the ending. But it really, it raised a lot of issues about how difficult it is to do the work we're doing on the farm and all the things against you and the unpredictability. And yet, so you got to make your plans as a farmer. You got to have your systems in place. And then you just hope for the best. Because you know what? When you're a farmer, you're not in control. Mm-mm. You are just not in control. And you got to let that go a little bit. And that's a beautiful lesson, but it's also kind of scary.
That's life, though. I don't think that I have any control, but I try, don't I?
Maybe a little bit.
I know someone else that tries a little harder. Yeah. Okay. None of us have any control, though. I mean, I made a joke out of it, but you're right. And those things are big decisions, not black and white. There's a lot to it. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that performance. That's wonderful. Can you lay out the farm? We didn't talk about that, what it looks like.
Sure.
I just wanted to say that they don't sell directly from the farm. We covered that last week. They don't sell directly from the farm. So we don't want you showing up at the farm because, you'll get run over by a tractor. And that would be bad. There's a lot of paperwork when you run somebody over with a tractor. That'll screw up the day. But they do sell at farmers markets. And what I was impressed with last week, they said you're at Union Square? You're not at Washington. Union Square. You're up at 14th Street. All right. They're in Union Square Park one day a week. And then they're in Grand Army Plaza in Brooklyn, which is my old neighborhood. And they sell very, very high quality food. The vegetables that they sell are sold to some of the top 100 restaurants in the country. So they're really, I got to tell you, when I go to the store, believe it or not, this is not me, but when I go now, I go like to the organic section. I mean, I've been getting grapes and I'll go to like, the Big W or something and yuck. But the vegetables from like a big giant super center are different than a little place and something that says it's organic. It just tastes so different. The big difference we notice, you and I, is the tomatoes. Mm-hmm. There is nothing like the tomatoes that we grow. I mean, the tomatoes that we get from the store are, they're just like nothing.
Tasteless.
They're tasteless, right. So when I make the sauce, sass, not sass. I make sauce. When I make the sauce, it's not great. I'm not that bad. It's not gravy. What is it? The Sopranos or Polly Walnuts? He made the gravy, right? Guys. But anyway, there's nothing like homegrown. And I would say that what they do is as close to homegrown as I'm ever going to get, but I can't walk around on their farm.
No, you can't. But they have 2 markets up Damascus.
Damascus, yeah. We're just across. We're really close to a town in Sullivan County, New York. It's called Callicoon, a cute little town. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cute town. So we have a farmer's market there on Sunday. It's literally a mile away from our farm. So we bring our stuff down to Callicoon. And then the other farmer's market is Narrowsburg, again on the Delaware River, just a little more north. Again, really just across the river from Wayne County, Damascus. So yeah, that's where
that's a nice Sunday drive.
Yeah, very nice. Mm-hmm. So on our farm, like I mentioned, we have about 30 acres in production. We have this wonderful underground piping system where we can irrigate from the Delaware. We got permission from the state to use the water. So we're drawing water in a pump through the ground, up through spigots all across the farm. We have a great system. We have, as I mentioned, these various greenhouses, but most of the stuff is grown in the field. So Jess is our greenhouse manager. Everything gets started, seeded in trays in our propagation greenhouse, and then gets transplanted out. We have tractors, maybe 3 or 4 tractors on the farm, and by hand transplanted. We have a team of about 12 workers on the farm. I feed them a farm lunch every day.
Wow.
Yeah, we cook. We have a beautiful kitchen on the farm in our new barn. And so we give everyone a farm lunch. It's part of the ethos of our farm that these, everyone's waking up they're getting there at 6 a.m. They're working until 5. Feed them. Feed these hardworking people with the stuff they're handling and, picking and washing and seeding. Like, the work is so contact with the food. Let's eat together as a team. The food well prepared, that I become a pretty good cook. I can do this quickly. I can do feed the 15 people in 45 minutes. It's just, it's part of my day on the farm. I do that.
Sounds like you might have been a fireman at one time in New York City, feeding like 15 people at once. That's right. Oh, this all sounds vaguely familiar. But anyway, a friend of mine was farming up in Newton, and he's going to give it up. We're talking about how grueling and how difficult it is. He said what put him pretty much out of the business was the deer. How do you deal with the deer? I mean, you can't have packs of dogs running around the field. How do you deal with things like this?
The deer is a very simple solution. We have a mile of fencing around our farm. It's 8-foot fence. It's got locust posts as the posts. I mean, it was the first thing we had to do, or else forget it.
Yeah, it would be
forget it. Impossible. And then we get little animals. We've had rabbits, we've had foxes, we've had groundhogs. And that's where shotguns come in, sorry to say. Or traps.
Yeah.
What's for lunch?
That's where the farm lunch comes from. No, but I just want to go back to farm lunch, actually, because we are getting fed the plants that we are starting, but we're also eating really well, and we're eating nutritiously, and we're not going to town and grabbing a slice of pizza, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but we are eating really, really good food, and it's serving us really well, where we then can work. We're not putting junk into our bodies, which we're really grateful for.
Higher in vitamins, minerals, all that good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
And you talk about organic, the taste is definitely, but also buying local food. If you buy from a local farmer, whether they're organic or sustainable or whatever, I mean, you're going to get fresher food if you can buy from local growers. The taste, you can really taste the difference in the food quality. Obviously, you don't want to be ingesting pesticides. No one does, and it's the economics too. Organic is more expensive, but I have to say I understand why, because the amount of hand weeding that has to happen on our farm to control the weeds is pretty profound. The amount of labor it takes to weed rather than spray, that's where it is. That's the labor. It's just that simple. Hoeing, we have to hoe, we have to use the hose, we have to hand weed. We're putting in, we're not spraying herbicides, or not herbicides, the fertilizer. It's like we're applying things, we're growing things, we're tilling it in. It's all much more manual rather than one act of spraying a chemical. So that's where you're paying. Plus, our farm is paying a living wage to workers. That's another thing. So if you're really paying a living wage to people, I'm telling you, your big W vegetables, they're not paying a living wage to the people. They're just not. And so you have to make that choice for yourself. Do you want to support inequality in the world to workers, or do you want to try to support workers and local workers?
Local. I was just going to say that. Yeah, that's so important. With us today, Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, director of Farm Arts Collective, and Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm. And company manager of Farm Arts Collective. How does someone contact you or learn more about you, please?
You can go to willowisporganic.com or you can go to farmartscollective.org. And both companies, Willow Wisp and Farm Arts Collective, are both on Instagram and Facebook.
Fabulous. Pat?
We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch-style home at 530 Moltke Street in Scranton for $175,000. This one-level living home, it's in great condition. It's got beautiful hardwood floors, great room sizes, good closet space, a built-in 1-car garage. It's got a 3-season room with the view and a rear deck, and it is in move-in condition. But the best part of this house is the taxes. Taxes on East Mountain can be very high, but the taxes on this home are $3,300, which is just about right. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch-style home in Scranton's East Mountain at 530 Moltke Street for $175,000, and that's listed by Karen Kashuba of our office.
Our generous sponsor this week is Cross Country Mortgage. Imagine a place to call your own where memories last a lifetime. Meet your local mortgage experts, Angelo Ambrosacchia and Brooke Hines, the A-Team from Cross Country Mortgage. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned owner, they're here to make the mortgage process easy. With competitive rates, flexible terms, and personalized service, they find the right loan for you. Visit www.angeloateam.com, fill out a streamlined application, and say goodbye to endless paperwork. Your dream home is within reach. Contact the A-Team, Angelo Ambrosacchia and Brooke Hines of Cross Country Mortgage, located at 409 Davis Street in Clark Summit, or call 570-468-7995 or visit www.angeloateam.com to take the first step to homeownership today.
And what do they say? They say marry the home, but date the rate. You can always get a different loan, but you're married to the home. That always stuck with me.
Stick around for more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be right back. When considering to sell or buy a home, why choose Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate? Let me tell you why. 70% of home buyers settle for the first agent they meet, and many regret it. 90% of home sellers hire an agent, but was it the right choice? Don't have agent remorse. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and I've been in and around the real estate business for most of my life. And at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, we've been selling real estate for half a century. But we do not do it halfway. You deserve better than average. Average doesn't help you. We know it's all about you and what you need. Century 21 is the #1 in brand awareness, is the most recognized name in real estate, and is the most respected in the industry. In this market, if you dream big, you need to move fast. So it makes perfect sense to contact Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, 570-344-6724, and visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Back on the air with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
With Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner, Willow Wisp Organic Farm, director of Farm Arts Collective, and Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm and company manager of Farm Arts Collective. So it's May, ladies, and I want to start buying my flowers and outdoor plants and start doing my garden. What do you have to say about that?
I have to say this. Even though we have been getting some lovely warm weather, wait to plant your stuffs. Wait to get those beautiful baskets. Wait to get those starts from your Agway or True Value or wherever you're getting your stuff from. Or wait to plant. Wait until Memorial Day weekend because it's going to get cold again. It's inevitable. And then you're just going to have to go back and buy some more starts or more seeds. So my tip is wait until Memorial Day weekend and make it like a thing. Make it a festivity.
I was hoping you'd say Mother's Day.
Well, if you are impatient like me, I'm an Aries. I do whatever I want.
Sounds like someone I know.
I'm not an Aries.
I know, you're a Leo. You're a Leo.
Leo.
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, you're a Virgo.
Oh, I thought you were a
okay,
Leo.
okay.
I don't know what I am.
And it's okay. Anyways.
You're right on the
if you
cusp.
do want to plant and you can't help yourself, there's always the good old cover. You put your sheets over your tomatoes. Look at some plants can handle the cold. There are certain plants that can handle the cold. Your kales and your brassicas and your cabbages.
Hardier.
Certain flowers are early flowers, like your snapdragons, your calendulas. Those can handle some colder temperatures. So if you could put those out and they might be okay, but those heat-loving ones like the tomatoes, the gentle leafed lettuces, those you just want, if you're going to put them out, cover it. If you're getting that frost or the chance of frost, cover it with a sheet or a tarp or whatever you've got.
I don't like that look.
That's boring.
Just wait.
All right.
Okay, y'all, wait.
Okay, we will wait. All right. So, what's happening on the farm?
Well, we have an amazing season planned. The Farm Arts Collective does a lot of the community events on the farm. And so we have some family days planned. We have some workshops. I'll just kind of go through the calendar because it's a really
It's also on your website. So if somebody doesn't remember, they can check back there.
Yeah. So after we visit you all in Scranton here, we're going to be back on the farm, and we're going to have a science cabaret where we're doing neuroscience and performance. Some people from the Mount Sinai Neuroscience Lab are coming, and they're going to present some really groundbreaking research on depression. And so we're going to do this night where they make a lecture, and then we do a response with art. So that's on Saturday, June 15th. Then we're having our annual Juneteenth celebration Wednesday, June 19th at the farm with food and some play readings and some music and some art. Then we have like this really interesting plant workshop where we have this person coming in who has all these like electrodes, and they measure the energy from plants. It sounds so crazy, but they do this. They measure the energy of the plant, and then it gets transformed through their computers into music. So it's measuring vibrational molecules of plants, and then we make music from it. So that's kind of wild and wonderful. Then we have a straight up farm workshop with Greg Swartz, my husband, who's going to talk about cover crops and the use of cover crops on the farm for weed control, but also for fertilizing the soil by like tilling in the plants you grow right back into the soil. We have a Lenape horticulture and ethnobotany class with Chief Shelley DePaul, and she's going to be talking about native plants and medicine and a lot of the plant history from the Lenape culture. We have a free family day on Saturday, July 13th, where families are invited to come visit the farm, pick some flowers, have some food. There's going to be some cooking demos, performances. We have a flower pick and design workshop on Saturday, July 20th. That's a favorite. That's such a popular workshop on our farm where people come, get to take the clippers, walk out, cut all these amazing flowers, and then get a class on how to design it in a vase, looking at color, looking at shape, and talking about design of cut flowers. We have our play Alice in Science Land, which is a spin on Alice in Wonderland. Again, a play for families about the environment and the science of the earth, earth sciences, and it's super fun. It's like this take on Alice in Wonderland. Then we have our annual Dream on the Farm performance, which this year is called Conference for Those Still Living, and it's a kind of whodunit. It's a mix of a climate change conference with a whodunit, missing person whodunit. And so we're kind of taking Agatha Christie and mixing climate change science and conference all into one bizarre fun play, directed by me, featuring the Farm Arts Collective Ensemble. Then we're doing another pick and design workshop at the end of July. Or August, I should say, sorry. We're having a pickling workshop in September, and then another theater festival, and it's going to be a full season.
Very good. Thank you so much, ladies. Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Willow Wisp Organic Farm. Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm. And they're both part of the Farm Arts Collective. How does someone get in touch with you?
You can go to willowisporganic.com or farmartscollective.org, and both companies are on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. It's time to wrap up another enlightening episode of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. Remember, we're here Saturdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Have a great week.